everyone, welcome back to Young, Dumb, and Thriving. Today you are here with Charmaine and a very special guest, Erisa Nicole. So can you please tell us a little background about yourself?
So everyone, my name is Erisa Nicole. I live here locally in San Diego, born and raised. I am a mother, a wife, well actually I should say reverse, wife, mother, and I play saxophone professionally. I'm sure you guys probably know me as, oh, that's the girl who plays saxophone.
Yeah.
That's normally how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, honestly, like that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I'm pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to get into, do you feel that your race plays any or has any impact on you being a saxophonist?
Yes, and here's why. Regardless of the fact that we, again, are great people, and honestly, music was rooted like in our
For
culture.
real, right.
I mean, if you go way back, and you start back, well, let's just say the old Negro spirituals.
Mm-hmm.
That was our music.
Yeah.
And you hear it in today's music.
Right.
And you go over to jazz. That was our music.
Right.
And so it's so ironic that it's our music, yet we still have to battle with this whole issue of being black.
Right.
And being just ourselves.
Right.
And presenting our music
Right.
to the world. And so I'll give you just a short example. Here recently, we actually were kicked out of a location.
Wow.
And I guarantee you it was because we were black. It was not verbalized, oh, because you're black.
Yeah.
We don't want you here. However, based off of, history and everybody else who was there, they were welcomed and, it was fine. It was, it's wonderful. And when we showed up, no, you guys gotta go.
Wow.
So I do feel that,
Wow.
despite the fact, that yes, this is our culture and music has a great part of our culture, it still, I think that my race, sadly enough, does it plays a huge part in me not being welcomed in certain environments.
Wow, that's just crazy and ridiculous. But do you ever have to have a moment where you're like, okay, let me start teaching my kids about who we are and maybe be cautious a little bit because of the color of your skin? Do you ever find yourselves in those moments?
Yes. And see, I guess we have to.
Yeah.
Because especially the day and age that we're living in, and when I was a child growing up, yes, I was taught like, hey, you're black, so you kind of have to rise above the occasion to be accepted, and you only get one shot, and that first impression is what they're gonna see you as. And so because you're black, you have to then place yourself and give yourself a little boost so that you're not just placed in this box and they literally see you as this way the entire time.
Right.
So in a sense, we have to teach our children excellence no matter what. So hands down, from the way you look, from the very first impression, you have to, from the way you speak, from the way you stare, from the way you look somebody in their eyes, it all comes into play because again, we're black and we're looked at totally different. No matter, what room we walk into, we will always have that stigma. Sadly enough, but we will. So yes, we teach our children excellence no matter what.
And I love that you said excellence though. Because it's not like we tell our children like, okay, you're going to be bare minimum or you have to be above this occasion. No, you're going to be excellence. Okay, that is what you are. Anything that you do is in the spirit of excellence because we're going to show these people that one, it's not about the color of our skin. Okay, we're going to dominate regardless, and you're going to dominate because of who you are. But because the color of your skin, you will be more pointed out. So now let's make sure that you're set in this bar right now.
Right.
So let's talk about you being a saxophonist. So how did that even start?
Okay, so my dad is a musician.
Okay.
He's also a pastor, and growing up, obviously, he played at home, playing keyboard, organ. So growing up in the church, as you know, that's what we do. We play. So I started out on piano. Kind of went into. I was like, I kind of want to get into band a little bit. So I started out with the clarinet, right? No, I was like, this thing is just whoa. I didn't get anything with it. So I went to a Thanksgiving concert, and it was down at Symphony Hall, and it was Angela Christie. And from the moment I saw her, I said, boom! That is what I want to play.
Yeah.
So that very Christmas was coming, and I said, Daddy, can you please buy me a saxophone? He's like, I just bought you that clarinet.
Right.
You want me to go back and play the clarinet? I'm like, no. But I really want to play the clarinet.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, yeah, get her the clarinet. And from there, I mean, I guess you can say get her the clarinet, get her the saxophone.
Yeah.
From there, I guess you can say it's history from there.
Yeah.
My mom spent a lot of time kind of grooming me and placing me in front of the right people as far as with lessons and things of that nature. And from there, I kind of just carried it on.
Yeah. So how long have you been a saxophonist?
Okay, so I started my senior year in high school. People think, oh, I remember when you were... No, I didn't play. That was me in the clarinet. Because some people were like, yeah, in band is cool. I never played in band. They actually told me I wasn't good enough. So, yeah, So I've been playing for over 15 years.
Wow.
However, I say professionally, and actually when I kind of said, okay, this is what I want to do, I say within like the last 6 to 7 years, I've really taken a lot seriously.
Okay, so what has been the most challenging moment with playing a saxophone or with just becoming one, a saxophonist?
I would say this, and this kind of segues into a whole nother segment, but I would say it was back in 2017.
Okay.
I pretty much was like at death's door. And as you know, playing saxophone, you need air. You need your lungs. So I had sepsis pneumonia, a blood count that was 2.
Wow.
And they also at that point diagnosed me with lupus. Wow. And I was in ICU, and the doctors were like, we don't know what else to do. We've done everything that we know how to do. Wow. And I prayed, and I said, God, if you give me another chance, I will literally give you everything that I had. And my brother, he said, it's the food you're eating that's making you this sick. And I was like, I've been eating this way. He's like, yeah, that's the reason why you're this sick. Yeah. So he put me on a vegan diet. I'm still vegan to this day.
Awesome.
Yeah, and in order to play, in order to do what I do musically, I have to be healthy. Right. Hands down, no matter what, especially my lungs. Yeah. And still, even to this day, people don't know it, but when I breathe in, I still have this hard feeling in my lungs. It's weird, but whatever. God still allows me to do what I can do. So all praise and glory goes to Him. Exactly. But I think that's the most challenging thing that I've had to overcome.
So can you talk about your mindset during that time in regards to, one, if you felt like, oh man, now I'm going to have to stop, or did you feel like, okay, this is just going to have to make me kind of work around it, but then work through it at the same time?
I think for sure it gave me a lot more motivation to keep pressing for them. Yeah. I was like, okay, because remember, I said to God, if you give me one more chance, I promise I will not let you down. And with that, it's like, it was kind of like a reset button that was pressed. And that's kind of what it was.
One, I want to highlight her personality. I just love it. Because seriously, when people go through stuff, especially hard stuff, there are so many people out there that would be like, okay, I'm giving up. No. Okay, I heard bad news. I'm not doing it. No. I can't do it. And you are just sitting here like, no. I sat there. I was like, God, please, look, if you give me one more chance, I will give you everything I got. And like you said, it was a reset button for you. Yeah. So can you talk about, one, just give advice to somebody who's going through something, if they feel like, oh, I want to give up, like what would you have for them?
Well, I would say this. No matter what, God made you fearfully, and He made you so wonderful that He did not make a mistake with you. Let's start there. God is so perfect that every single human being that was created is perfect. Yeah. So I would say never give up on you, because God is never giving up on you. Come on. Like I said, He never gave up on me back when I was sick. Here I am standing here today, able to talk to you, able to encourage you, telling you that no, life is not going to be perfect. No, you'll never ever believe that, oh, you've arrived, or oh, you're so accomplished. Right. But with God, always at the forefront of your life, and always, right there with you, because he has to be right there with you. You can make it, you will make it, and I know that you'll be able to help somebody else who is in your same place. So keep going with God. That's what I got to say.
Y'all better write that down. That's good advice. So on this, wonderful moment, I'm going to take a pause right here because we're going to switch to the next segment. So for this next segment, obviously you guys know already, it's game time. So what Erisa has to do is play I don't know how to say it, honestly. Mancala. Okay, see, I say Manchala for some reason. I don't know why. So she has to play it, and under some of the pebbles, it will be a number. She'll tell me the number, I'll give her a word, and she'll explain that word. And then after that, we just play.
Okay, sounds good. So I start, yeah?
Yes, you can start.
Alrighty, let's start. Oh. The number is 4.
4. Okay, so what is creativity to you?
Creativity is expressing yourself.
Okay.
And being yourself.
Yep.
Because sometimes we try to be creative, but we're trying to do what
mimic someone else.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah.
All right, so you can continue playing, and then when you get to the next
number. This game, may call it right. I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
And I'm picking up.
Yep, you pick up and then keep going, and then if you pick up something with a number under it, you just let me know.
Oh my goodness! See me in games. I am not, and I keep.
Yeah, but you take that one and put that right there.
Oh.
There you go. Yep, and I'll pick that. Oh, what number is that?
Okay, so number 2.
2. All right, that is. What is your purpose, or do you know yet?
I think my purpose is definitely making sure that no matter what, I always represent God and present God in a way that people are saved because of what I'm doing.
Awesome. And I love that you even answered that, because a lot of times when you ask somebody what their purpose is, they sit back and be like, I don't know. I've never really either been asked that question, nor have I asked that question to myself.
Right.
So when did you find out what your purpose was?
Honestly, it hasn't. I don't want to make it seem like, I'm this perfect Christian, I'm this perfect person.
Right.
So it took me a while to get there, and I don't know exactly when, but when I grew my relationship with God and I dived deeper. Is that? Yeah.
You dove deeper. Yeah.
Anyways, my relationship grew deeper with God.
Right,
there you go. That's when I really was able to realize what He created me for.
Got it.
So,
okay. All right then. So you can pick up that palette and keep on going.
Girl, am I supposed to win? Is this?
No, honestly, we're just playing this game to have fun as well as to be serious. And then I think, you're done. You're
okay.
Done. So now it's my turn.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I remember playing this game as a kid.
Yes, I played this in 6 to 6.
Yep, 6 to 6.
I'm like, that's literally. I used to play my sister.
Yes.
Oh, wrong one. See, I haven't played it forever, but literally.
Yeah. So that's why we said, you know how to play makeup, girl. Sure.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, but where do I start?
You can start anywhere on your side.
Okay. So here we go. Oh my goodness. I'm messing up all the
It's
P's.
okay.
Y'all should see
what
my
number is that?
Spot. 5.
5. Okay, it says vision. Describe vision for you.
Okay, vision. Okay, so I've never done a vision board, yeah?
Okay.
But this year I knew that my vision had to be aligned with what God had for me. And this year I did a vision board, but I had to consult God. Not even consult, because that doesn't fit with God, because God, He's like, He should always be, He should be the author. So I had to go to God and say, God, what is your vision and your plan for me? And He said, okay, you want to know? Here it is.
Wow.
I had never done that. So again, I'm not a perfect Christian. I'm still striving, and I'm still growing, and I'm still learning. So yeah. Yeah,
honestly, on that note, I had to do the same thing. I never really sat down and said, like, okay, God, what do you want for my life? Like, what is your vision for my life? I always was like, okay, this is what I want to do by this age. This is what I want to do in the next year or whatever. So I have my own vision, and God was like, I've been waiting for the moment for you to say, Lord, what is your plan for my life so that you can walk easier, you know? Because sometimes I always be like, okay, I want to do this, and then it falls through, and I'm so mad because I'm like, come on. Like, I know I could do it. How come it didn't happen? And God's like, because that's not what I planned for you.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You're out of alignment, so you're gonna go to the left because your alignment is off. So get back in alignment, and I'll steer you the right way.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go. Okay. Listen, I used to love.
I feel like you're like there is a win to this game.
Honestly, I think you just keep picking up piles, but I used to love when I used to pick up piles.
Yeah.
That were super big because I used to feel like, yay!
That you're winning because the goal is to put all of your beads in one.
So I think I lifted up that number. So that number is difficult situations.
Difficult situations. I think that, with difficult situations, I feel like you're being tested for sure.
Yeah. And
each time that a difficult situation arises, it's almost like, okay, are you gonna react the same way that you did the last time? Because we can always react with, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out, or oh my gosh, it's not working, or oh, this is the worst thing, but it's really not. Right. It's honestly not. So I have learned, again, I'm learning to always react with the mindset of, you know what, God, it's not the worst thing, and maybe you're trying to teach me a lesson in this. So I always try to find the lesson in the difficulty.
I like how you said lesson because I was actually just about to ask that. Mm-hmm. Do you ever feel like there's lessons in a difficult situation?
Always.
Exactly.
Yeah, always.
You can always learn.
There's always teachable moments, right? Mm-hmm. Always. So just find what it is in that moment, and maybe it's for you to correct something about yourself or for someone else to be corrected, whatever it is. But yeah. Okay.
So now you can pick up a pile.
Okay, I feel like I keep picking from my side, so I'm gonna try. Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Because there's not. Okay. Oh. What is this? 4? Did we do 4?
I think we already did 4. We already did 4. We're waiting on 1. Okay. Yep, right there.
Yeah, 1's right here. 1.
Dedication.
Oh my goodness. Dedication. Wow. How do you describe dedication?
Right.
I mean, to be dedicated, you're pretty much allowing yourself to, you're surrendering a piece of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You are sacrificing a bit of yourself to something or someone. Yeah. For the greater good of them or for yourself. Mm-hmm. Because if you're dedicated to your craft, I don't know, dedication can go a lot of different ways. Yeah. But for sure, you are definitely sacrificing a piece of yourself or something to someone or to yourself for a greater good.
So I want to ask, we're going to switch gears because that game was amazing. Yeah. I just love all her definitions and all her explanations of the phrases and the words. But I want to switch gears because I really want the audience to grasp who Erisa is. You know what I'm saying? So you said, your father was already a musician, so that's how you got into it. And then your mom kind of was like, yeah, just get her in, come on, and let us put her in lessons. But how do you really know when you find a craft or find a purpose that you have like on your heart that you're like, I really, really want to do that? How do you really know when to start walking in it?
I think for me, music has kind of been like a safe place for me in a lot of ways growing up. I experienced a lot. And I think that was my safe haven in a sense. And I think this is the one key that people a lot of times say, that they kind of know the difference when it's work or when it's something that you actually love to do. Mm-hmm. When I play, hands down, it's never work. Wow. It's never work. Like I literally, each and every time I go into my own little world and I'm like, all right, God, here's what I got today. Yeah. Take it. Yeah. Because I used to go into a place where, okay, world, here's what I got, take it. But then I realized that the world, sometimes their feedback and their comments were unwelcoming or unfavorable. And it brought my self-esteem down, and I started then comparing myself to others. Right. And so I had to, my brother said not too long ago, you kind of lost yourself in music. And I said, how so? He said, because before you used to be so free. Yeah. And I thought about it, and I was like, he's right. And I said, wow, I was free because I was in the presence of God at all times. Yeah. And somewhere the shift happened where I became just this performance piece for people. And when you become a performance piece for people, that never really equates to giving everything that God gave you to you back to Him. Exactly. So, where was I going with that?
Honestly, I see seen the point where you were going with it because I said, how did you know when to start walking in it and moving in it?
There we go.
I see where you were going though. I was like, keep going.
Yes. See, sometimes I can go on tangents and I'm like, where do we start? Lord help me.
Everybody does it. I do it all the time, okay?
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so one, I want to hit a little bit about, like you had mentioned earlier. You said a lot of people only know me as like, okay, the saxophonist.
Yeah.
But nobody really knows Erisa, you know. So what are 3 things that you love to do? Let's start with that.
Okay. I would say I love to cook. Well,
really?
I love to cook vegan food.
Okay.
Vegan food. So, because I do have that phrase of, I can't stand cooking.
Yeah.
But I like to cook vegan food.
Okay.
I do like to sit and watch CNN.
Oh, I don't.
I like to watch CNN. I know as people think she's old. No. Shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love to shop too.
Yes.
We got that in common.
Yes. But yeah, that's kind of not been the, thing to do right now, but, because of COVID.
Yeah. So what's a hidden talent that nobody would kind of really know about you unless they personally know you?
Hidden talent? Ooh. Joke telling?
Really?
Is that a talent?
No, that is a talent. Honestly, my hidden talent is that I can pop my collarbone out of my arm socket.
You can?
Yeah. And so nobody really knows that, but shoot, to me that's a talent. It might not be a talent to somebody else. But for me, that's a talent you would not know because I don't just be walking around doing it, Okay, so last question for you. Okay. So if you had 3 words that you felt really would describe you as a person, what would they be?
I would say joyful.
Okay. I can see that. Definitely.
Ambitious and hardworking.
Okay. And why?
Definitely joyful because, of course, God gave me joy and it's deep in my soul and you can't take it away from me. Nobody can take it away from me. So no matter what comes my way, I'll always have that joy.
Yeah.
And ambitious because failure is not an option.
Right.
No matter what level of success I reach.
Yeah.
I still cannot fail. And I cannot fail because, again, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And, yeah, you know the rest.
Right. No, that's awesome.
And what I say, hardworking.
Yes, hardworking.
Yeah, the hardworking piece has kind of been instilled in me as a kid.
Yeah.
I saw my dad work 3 jobs. My mom, she was working hard all the time, raising 5 kids, doing so much. Yeah. So I saw that, and we've kind of cultivated that, my husband and I. And he is a definite hard worker. Yeah. He is like 5 jobs all the time.
Wow.
And so I'm just like, okay, let's, I can't sleep.
Right.
So yeah.
That's amazing. So, Erisa, I just want to say, one, thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you for giving your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit to the audience. Because, one, I know y'all can see it through the camera because I'm just cheesing over here because I can feel it right now in the presence of this room. But thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Young, Dumb, and Thriving.